Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk to you all about some previews that Epic posted on their Twitter account for the upcoming Fortnite Battle Royale update next week. There are quite a bit of changes in this update that I'm interested to see how they will affect the game. The first being that the Revolver will be vaulted, and they've said that they're going to be vaulting more items more regularly in the going forward, especially with the start of Season 6. It seems like they specifically mentioned Season 6. So the Revolver will go into the vault. I don't really care too much about this. In my opinion, the Revolver was never really like a top tier weapon. There are some players who specialize in it and who really like it, especially doing like double Revolver. But I feel like with the addition of the Deagle into the game, there really wasn't much of a reason to use the Revolver over the Deagle. It was just kind of like if it was there and if you were forced to use it, you would use it. And sometimes you could get some out of it. Like, it's not a horrible weapon, but it wasn't a top tier weapon in most players' minds. So I think that's why they're going to vault this weapon. And they were very clear saying that just because something goes into the vault doesn't mean it'll stay there forever. And they referenced the guided missile launcher going into the vault and then recently coming back. So maybe we'll see the Revolver return one day, get reworked. Who knows? It seems like they just want to kind of be able to change the game without having to constantly add new items. So instead of adding an item one week, maybe they take something out or they bring back a weapon that's already been in the game. That way they're not constantly making new weapons that mess up the game, like many of the weapons that they added to the game have. If you want to vault future weapons, Epic, please vault the double barrel shotgun. Please. It is so annoying to play against. It is ridiculous. So yeah, let's vault the double barrel, please. Hashtag vault the double barrel in the comments if you agree with me. The next change in this update is that Storm will damage player-built structures and those late-game circles where the Storm moves around. And this is kind of confusing initially, but Eric Williamson, the design lead of Fortnite Battle Royale, recently tweeted, "To clarify, Storm damage behavior in 5.4 is to break all player-built structures close to the Storm edge in phases 7, 8, and 9. The pulse happens when each closing Storm finishes shrinking. Objects deep in the Storm or in the middle of the safe area are unaffected." So it seems like they're trying to change up how those late game circles play, which is a good thing. I think it is very stale. Pretty much all you have to do with those circles is get to the edge and build there, and then stop the other players from getting in. And now with this change, the goal will be to get on the edge and then maybe stop the players from getting in. But if you can't get to the edge, or if you can't stop them from getting in, rather, you want to get to the center and build. That way you'll be the only one built up. Initially, my reaction to this is I'm going to want to build on the edge like I already do. And then if I don't kill them immediately, I'm going to want to bounce pad to the center and start building. So it'll be interesting to see how this changes the game. I think those circles will be really fun and really chaotic. And I don't really mind this change, even if it turns out not to be the best. Like, the playstyle is so stale, and I feel like it's just kind of like solved how you're supposed to play those circles. Literally all you have to do is get there first and you have a massive advantage, whereas now that won't necessarily be the case, and that getting into the center will matter more than it did in the past. And then getting into the center will make it more difficult for you to get to the next circle. So we'll see how this goes. It's an interesting change for sure, and I think this is one that definitely can make an improvement over the late game because, like I said, it is quite stale. The next change in this update is that the stack size of some items will be changing. For example, boogie bombs will now drop in stacks of 2, and big shields will be able to stack up to 3 instead of just 2. I don't know if these are the only 2 changes of that kind coming to this update, or if we'll see other consumables or other like durable weapons drop in different amount of stacks. We'll have to wait and see. But at the very least, the boogie bomb will be a more effective weapon. I don't think I'll still use it. I still don't think I'll use it, but dropping in stacks of 2 definitely makes it more viable, especially if you're able to find more. Carrying around 4 or 5 makes a lot more sense than just carrying around like 1 or 2 as it was in the past. I didn't want to carry it just because use it once and then you don't have anything else. And then the big shield stacking up to 3 is good. It makes the bigs more viable. I'll still probably go with minis, but this may change some things up. And I don't think we'll see if slurps stack to 3. That might be an advantage the big shields have over the slurps. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see if those are the only things affected like that in this update, or if more things will be changed. The next change in this update was C4 Rarity was changed from rare to epic. Some other items may change rarity as well. I'll get to that in a moment. But I just want to say that the rarity of the weapons does not matter unless they actually change the spawn rate. In the past, they shifted down the tax of rarity. So the tax went from uncommon, rare, and epic to common, uncommon, and rare. And then the pumps went from common and uncommon to uncommon and rare. And the spawn rate of these items was not changed at all. All they changed was the color, and it literally just doesn't matter in my mind. I don't know why the color matters if they're not going to affect the spawn rate. The only thing I can really think of changing is the price that it takes to get this out of a vending machine, but that's it. I don't know why they do this sometimes. It kind of confuses me because they stated specifically in the patch notes last time they did this to the shotguns that it will not affect the drop rate at all. So if it affects the drop rate, that'll be good. I think the C4 is ridiculously powerful, and it's one of the best items in the game, especially the way it detonates in sequence. They really need to fix that. But other than that, if this is just changing the color from blue to purple and nothing else actually changes as far as this weapon spawns, it really doesn't matter, and it's a really worthless change. Some of the other things that may be changing Rarity is the silenced pistol was shown to be blue or rare in some of the gameplay they showed in this video, and then also the dual pistols was shown to be blue in some of the gameplay they showed, but they later showed another clip where the dual pistols were legendary. So I'm not sure what's going on there, if we're getting dual pistol, like a next set of dual pistols, so it'll be blue, purple, and gold, or if it will just be blue and gold, or if this is just irrelevant and it doesn't matter. And then same with the silent pistol. We'll have to wait and see. The next thing hinted at in this video is a new mobility item coming with the update, which is really unfortunate. These mobility items, I think, are really fun for clips. Like, there's some good in there and some bad. There are some really cool moments that get presented because of these mobility items, but it also kind of messes up the game a lot, like when they have things like the Rift to Go, the bounce pads, launch pads, all these other things that just allow you to get out of fights if you make a mistake. There's like the good, you get some awesome clips, but also bad because players can just use it to further survive and just get away from fights as much as they can. The next thing I want to talk about is the high stakes event, which will be coming next week. We don't really have much information on this event at this time. All we know is that there will be a Getaway limited time mode with an exclusive skin in challenges. I'll try to put a screenshot of the skin on screen now, but you can see the skin. You'll likely get it for completing challenges in the Getaway limited time mode. So we'll have to wait for more information on that, but I think this is a pretty cool skin, and I'm excited to unlock it in game. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you all think of these changes, and if you like disagree with them or agree with them. What items do you want to see vaulted? Let me know all of that in the comments below. I appreciate you watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do remember to give it a like rating and sub if you would like to see more videos or streams from me in the future. Thanks for watching. He rifted as soon as I shot at him. How did he not die from the trap? Traps do 150 damage, not 200. I don't know where he went, but he rifted after we started shooting at him. He had a porter rift because he's a horrible player. And just immediately, it's what he does whenever it's just, this isn't the game now, so I can just immediately remove myself from any sort of engagement. Great. Alright, basically I'm waiting for the zone to shrink, and then I'm going to bounce pad past him and then shoot him in the back. Oh, the storm's hitting you for 10 now, bud. An idiot. These great players that don't know how to play in the late game. But they can edit and rift away from me. Get some GGs in the chat.